Welcome, everyone. We are live. Today is Wednesday. Woohoo! It is Wednesday. Whatever that means, but it's Wednesday. Oh my goodness. You see the topic. It is what you think it is, and it is not what you think it is. Touching oneself. Now we're going to use the principle of correspondence here. As above, so below. As within, so without. Now, how does that work? You will realize that we get into a mood, do we not? And from that mood, we do something, do we not? And we do something until we feel the what now? Satisfaction. We have the ability to arouse ourselves. And I know you know what I'm talking about because we do naturally. But use the principle of correspondence to grasp what I'm going to say to you. If we have the ability to arouse ourselves, right? Physically, it happens mentally first because you get the idea, you get the desire, you get the right? Obviously. So to use the principle of correspondence to grasp what I'm saying to you, it happens in every facet of our lives. It takes the same arousal, right? It takes the same arousal to get up, to sweep. Oh, it takes the same arousal to get up and to cook. It takes the same arousal to get up and to wash. It takes the same arousal to get up and drive. This is why I'm trying to tell you the principle of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. It does not take a different kind of arousal to touch one's self because you're always touching yourself. Mentally, you are always touching yourself. Mentally, you are. It is that mental touch that creates a physical sensation. It just does. And so if you, again, use the principle of correspondence, you will grasp what I'm saying to you. You will grasp what I'm saying. The sensation is not different. It's not different. It's the same sensation. It is exactly the same. And it always starts mentally. You want to cook, you need the same arousal. You've got to be turned on to cook. You got to be turned on to bake. You've got to be turned on in order to act. But you see, sometimes what we do, we stop with the physical. We stop at the physical and we say, well, that's all there is. When in actuality, the physical is only the expression of your mental arousal. It is mental. You got to get yourself up and out the door to go to work. You must arouse your mental faculties in order to do that. And it's the exact same. It is the exact same. Because the self must be aroused in order to act. It's not a different type of arousal. No, it is. There's only one arousal, just one. But you can use it in many different ways. But there is only one arousal. Just one. And if you pay attention to your experiences throughout the day, you will see what I'm talking about. You will begin to recognize it. You'll begin to recognize that there is only one arousal. And what you do with that, you channel it, you funnel it, you direct it in the area you need it to go in. You choose where you're going to use the arousal. Will I cook? Will I bake? Will I dance? Will I drive? Will I work? Will I play? So the point of today is, if you use the principle of correspondence as above, so below, as within, so without, you will grasp that at any given time throughout the day, you have become mentally aroused first. You want to argue? You've got to be aroused to argue. Oh, or else you won't. Now, here's the thing. What fuels the arousal? The inner conversation. What you say to yourself stimulates the arousal. Oh, I know you know what I'm talking about. It is how we speak to ourselves. And the way we speak to ourselves will be the way we move. So you see, as I mentioned, there is only ever one arousal, just one. And we move it in the way we see fit, the way we want to express that arousal. And when we do that, recognize that that is what you do for every area of your life, not just sensually. It is for every area of your life. And so once you begin to recognize that you have to be aroused in order to act, because if you're not, you won't. But here's the thing. You can convince yourself into your arousal. You can persuade yourself into your arousal. What does that mean? It means you can talk yourself into doing something. Well, can you not? Sometimes you can. Sometimes it's easier. Other times we just abandon it and say, no. And what do you say? I'm not in the what now mood. But when I say to you, the same arousal is required to find a job, you would look at me sideways and say, no, it's not. Yes, it is. You see, arousal is like a fire, if you will. It moves. It doesn't stand still. It moves. Nothing stands still. It is like a fire, but not one that rages out of control. One that you initiate, which means you dug a trench with the earth. You've got water there, and you're saying, you know what? This is a controlled burn. It only will burn where you want it to. You see, that is the difference when we are deliberate with our arousal versus unwitting with it. To be deliberate means you have set the parameters. You said, this is where I'm going to use whatever I'm going to use today. I'm going to point it in this direction, and this is where we're going to go. This is what I'm going to accomplish here and now. That is a controlled burn. But when you're throwing mud at the wall to see what sticks, that is not a controlled burn. Wherever the fire touches, It'll destroy. Now that's the thing. Is fire destructive? When it is guided? No. But when it is uncontrolled, then yes. Because the nature of fire is to burn. But that burning also brings what? Nutrients. It just has to be controlled, meaning just set the parameter for it and allow it to do what it will. This is what happens when you control the arousal. When you say, I need the energy to get these chores done, you have to arouse yourself. Get your mind in the right place so that you will go and get your tasks completed. That is the controlled burn, right? But when you say, I don't know what I want to do, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that, and you're all over the place. Now, the arousal loses its potency because it is not focused. But you see, sometimes, like I told you yesterday, we like to rush. But if you would take your time in your arousal, you would learn much. The state of arousal, because it is a state, it is a mood, is it not? It ebbs and it flows. It comes and it goes. That is the state of arousal. If you take your time in the state of arousal, you will get one of the greatest experiences. Why is that? Because it heightens the senses, you know. You see more vividly, you hear more vividly, you feel more vividly. Every touch, every movement, so long as you take your time. So you think because you're just doing the laundry and folding it and putting it away, you have to rush through that? No. Take your time. You feel the warmth of the clothing. You feel the softness of the cotton. You feel the velour in your hands, the smoothness. You feel it all. And then you put them away. You don't leave them as a pile in the corner. You put them away because of the sensation that you get. What sensation? The sensation of completion, of satisfaction. Oh, but Angela, those aren't the same. Yes, they are. Because they both have the exact same feeling at the end. Feels good to have a clean space. Feels good to be wrapped up, does it not? They both feel good. Just by varying degrees, you would want to say one feels better than the other. That is only because you give it more credence. Not because it actually feels better than the other. It's just that you say it feels better. But if you pay attention, they both have the same outcome. Something has been accomplished. That is the outcome. And it is in that accomplishment, it is in that satisfaction that you've brought yourself to completion. You grasp what I'm saying today. Because I know this could go in many different directions, but I don't want it to go in many different directions. I want it to be focused and to show you that you are arousing yourself every moment of the day, in every area of your life. And if you arouse yourself in one area, you can arouse yourself in all areas. You are unlimited with how you use the arousal. The question is, where have you practiced using it? Where have you practiced using it? You must be touched mentally in order to act physically. And that is in every area of your life. Look at it and you will see. Just pay attention and you'll see. When you go through the day today, because I'm not going to hold you up. When you go through the day today, watch yourself. Where were you mentally aroused? And what did you do? You will realize that the mood of your mental arousal will cause you to act in a very specific way. And you will have experienced cause and effect. Certain types of arousals, well, all arousals have their own way of expressing themselves. If you are aroused to argue, you'll argue. You are aroused to bake, you will bake. The question here today is, what have I used to arouse myself? What mood did I use? Because the mood that you use will tell you the outcome. Use the principle of correspondence. You use the principle of correspondence like this. If the arousal can be sensual, bring it up now to a higher level. Where else in my life can I be aroused to act? Use as above, so below. Below, I am aroused here in my body. Yes, I had to have been aroused mentally first. But where else in my life can I mentally arouse myself to physically act? And when you realize that that is what we do on a daily basis, will you have to hope for change? Or will you know that the arousal will bring about the change? And all you get to do is choose the type of arousal you want and let it run its course. Do you need to dance naked in the moonlight? No. You just identify what type of arousal will this take? Because I know it needs one. I know I need to be aroused to act. So how do I want to act? That will help you to choose the type of arousal. So you see, it puts into perspective what we do in our daily lives. It puts things into perspective. And it's an everyday thing. It is not a special occasion. It is every day that we live and we have an experience. So then you get to choose what type of experience. Well, that depends. What kind of arousal is it? But we limit ourselves when we think that arousal only has to do with sensuality or sexuality. No. Well, that's really limiting it, I'll tell you that. That's really and truly limiting what you can accomplish. And when you find that you take your time to arouse yourself, your mental faculties, this is what will cause you to slow down and take it all in. It will cause you to observe yourself and go, oh, wait a minute. I'm doing this over here. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to take my time as I cook. I'm going to experience the flavors on my tongue. And then cooking has now become something else. It has become a way to express so that the person who eats the food They say, "Ooh, you really put your foot in it today. Ow. Oh, this is delicious. What did you do that was different?" All you did was take your time. All you did was take your time and allow the desire to create something beautiful. That's all you did. You just let it emerge. You let the memory of the spices, you let the fragrance of the spices, so that when you put that first spoonful or forkful in your mouth, you say, "Oh, oh my God, this is so good." That's what you say. Now, if you use the exact same principle sensually, you begin to realize that whoever you are with, okay, it's not about rushing through things. It is about, wait a minute, how can I express how I feel about this person to this person with touch, with sound, with all of your senses? But you see, we don't even do that. We rush. We rush. But if you take your time and you slow it down, because what's the hurry really? You take your time and you slow it down. It'll be the best experience you've ever had. Why? Because you are engaging all of your senses to express your arousal. But it is not limited to sensuality. It is in all areas of your life. An image of Brie comes to mind. I just saw her sew a bonnet. She's going to a county fair of some kind, and she's going as the Queen of Sheba, and she's making her costume. She takes her time to draw the pattern. She takes her time to draw the pattern, y'all, and then she chooses the type of material based upon how does she want it to feel on her body as the Queen of Sheba. Tell me that's not arousal. You have to embody the Queen of Sheba as you go. Oh, but it's just a costume. No, it's not just a costume. Your level of arousal will determine the type of material you use. I don't even know if she's finished making the crown yet. I don't know. I don't know. But I know when she goes to that fair that she's going to, she's going to stop traffic. I tell you. Just because of the way she speaks. If you listen to her, you will hear her passion. You will hear her arousal. And you would look at it at first glance and go, she's just sewing at the machine. She's just cutting out material. No, she isn't. She's building an experience. And the arousal is required to get her through that experience. Because if she's not, how is she going to stay the course to finish? When you lose the arousal partway through, you stop, don't you? You go, oh, I'm not feeling it. And you stop. You think it's different for any other area of your life? No. That's why I say to you, there is simply one arousal, but many ways in which to use said arousal. So which way are you using yours? How are you using your arousal to fuel the change in your life? That's the question, is it not? So today, my beautiful friends, why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at mommy like that? take your time and begin to recognize what you are doing throughout the day. Recognize, listen, when you go through the day today, I wish there was a little bell and you could ding it every time you caught yourself being aroused at something. Go, oh, I'm aroused here. Oh, I'm aroused there. What am I going to do with it? Where are you aroused? And you will recognize that you are aroused mentally first. And as you are aroused mentally first, you know exactly how you will act based upon that arousal. Cause and effect. So the next time you want to change something in your life and you say, you know what? I don't like how I behave over here. I don't like how I do this over here. You will realize I don't need to judge it. I don't need to call myself a loser. I don't need to be jerk. I don't need to be, nope. I don't need to be foolish. No, you don't need to be judgmental at all. But what you will recognize is, in order for me to change, I need to arouse myself. I need to get fired up. I need to be turned on in order to facilitate the change. What kind of change do you want in your life? And you will know exactly what type of arousal or mood to get into. That's why I tell you, people are not lazy. As much as we would like to argue that they are, well, they just sit there and they don't do anything because they're not aroused to act. What is it, baby? Oh, you just chiming in. He is just clucking away. You know what? I kiss. That's a good boy. Thank you. He's aroused right now. Leave him alone. Oh Lord, Ashley. Oh Lord, save me, save me. Well, that's exactly it. He's aroused to speak, and thus he speaks. I just don't know what the cause of the arousal is. Only he does, because I can't read his mind, right? Um, but let me close. I'm coming, Sora. I let me close with this. Then you go through the day today. Pay attention to your state of arousal. And as you recognize your state of arousal, you will know exactly how you are going to behave. And on a larger level, as above, so below, as within, so without, you will recognize that whatever change, yes, you are aroused to crow. Let's sing it, big boy. Oh, wait. Oh, you want me to finish first before you crow? Okay. How gentlemanly of you. So, anywho, as you go through your day today, watch where you become aroused. And when you see the arousal, you will know exactly how to act. Because it is the only way in which you can act based upon the arousal. It will not surprise you. You won't say, I don't know how to act. Yes, you will. Because the arousal will tell you how to act. And if you change the arousal, you will change the way you act. So you see, using the principles of creation, you understand, you can change your life if you take the time to observe that it is all arousal and the satisfaction of said arousal. You don't have to force satisfaction. You don't have to bring it about. You just choose the type of arousal and the matching or what? Corresponding satisfaction. will emerge. And you will learn from this experience that you don't force things to happen in your life. You don't force change, you arouse change. This is what I'm showing you today. As above, so below. As within, so without. Choose the type of arousal to bring about the expression. Because every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. If you don't know what type of arousal you would like, you know the type of expression, the type of satisfaction you want. So, what do? You become aroused by that expression that you want to have. Thereby, you would have brought about the cause. So, how does that relate to finding a new job, finding a spouse? How does it relate? It relates to every facet. What type of relationship do you want? The type of relationship that you begin to describe will naturally arouse you. The type of job that you want to do will naturally arouse you to seek out that type and tailor your resume to match. And you know what you'll stop saying? The job market is so hard. It is so difficult in the job market. I think I might have been in the matrix for a moment there, fan base. I think I might be in the matrix. I don't know. But this is what I want you to recognize. Every area of your life is based. Is it in the matrix flow, Smiles? I don't know. If you guys can hear me, you can hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly well.
Okay, thank you. So let me let me close with this, and then I'll welcome everybody. Pay attention to your arousal today. Don't make it crass because it is not crass. You have to understand how beautiful arousal is. Arousal is meant to bring forth life in all facets of our existence. That is the outcome of arousal, life, being. Oh, yes, yes. You said, ooh, that's my left ear, sweet boy. That's my ear. That's my ear, baby. That's my ear. And he is aroused to sing right now in my ear. So, let me welcome everybody. I don't know who's on YouTube this morning. They haven't made themselves known. Come here, let me put you on the ground. Come, come, come. That's my ear, handsome. Come. Oh, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad. Come, 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 come. Ah, here you go, your Royal Highness. There you go. There you go. Oh, Lord. He ready? He's aroused to awaken the world. So, YouTube, I don't know who's here because y'all haven't made yourselves known yet, but I see you. Twitter, I know that Lessigo was here. And then Fanbase, who's on Fanbase? Miss McQueen is here. Ashley is here. Oh, Kettle is here. Oracle Treehouse is here. Flo smiles. Sarah is here. Oh God, I can't even say it. Look, why don't you just come up here and tell me how to say it? Sarah is here. KZ is here. Michael is here. Ursula. Ursula in all her glory is here. And the one, hello, I see you. Sarah, tell me how to say it.
Please. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
One more time. Cause you Trini.
Yes, girl. It's Osiri.
Osore. Okay then. Osore. I gotta say that. I gotta get it to roll. Mm. Osore. Well, all right then.
Osiri.
Osore. All right. With much practice, I will say it like a Trini, okay? But you gotta have grace for my Bajan self. But I digress. Anywho, let me get the chime. Today is a chime day. And as you hear the chimes today, my beautiful friends, I'll play the nighttime chime because has a rich, deep sound to it, to me at least. Still a chime, but it has a deeper sound to me. The tone is different. Yes, I'm getting the chime. Come on now. And as you hear it, and you go through your day today, oh, well, if it isn't Monique. Mm. Yes, stranger, I see you. Hey, handsome, let mommy get the chime. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, big fella. Fine. I will say 1. Leave me out like that? Wow, little bit. Wow. Anyway, you, thank you all for spending time with me today. Fanbase, you know, I have 5 extra minutes for you, so just hold tight. So, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Fanbase, thank you all for being here on this glorious Wednesday. And you know, I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Child, what's wrong with you? I did not forget you, little bit. I hear you, little bit. He says he'll be here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with us too. Okay. Ow. That's my baby. Anywho, Leo popped in. Hello, Leo. But yes, go forth and today as you live this day, remember, you will have aroused yourself on many occasions throughout this day. Did you spot where you aroused yourself? And what did you do? You did the only thing you could do according to the arousal. So you now know that you act according to your arousal. So if you want to change your life, arouse yourself in the direction of the change, and you will change because your change is inevitable. Yes, you can change your life, darling. If you don't know, now you know. Peace, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I'm coming, fan base.